Hey everybody, I know for a lot of you this is a major shock to even see me on a social media thing like this, and it is for me too because this isn't my normal way of doing things. Normally that's Peg that's going to do all of that. But with this coronavirus thing and the quarantine and all that's going on, it's kind of shut down some of our events, and we're trying to figure out different ways that we can reach people with the good news of Jesus. And so for right now, I want to share a few things. I'm going to do several of these videos like this, but the first one I've had on my heart a lot lately because of two memorial services that I did just recently. One was for a friend, the other was for my uncle, and both of them were serious cowboys. I'm talking legit, get on a horse and earn a living on a horse type cowboys. Now for me, I'm a wannabe cowboy. I love my horses, I love to ride, I love to run, but I'm not the real deal. But it was fun to have a friend and an uncle that both were cowboys like that, and I tied into that with even something I shared at their services, and I want to share it with you guys even today. Hebrews 10:24 says, "Let us spur one another on towards love and good deeds." And I brought a set of spurs my uncle gave me a couple years before he died. And these I wouldn't trade anything for because they were his. And spurs are an interesting thing. I don't know if you know that much about them, but spurs, if you're going to use them, are a great tool with a horse. If you've got a horse that's a problem at all, it encourages them to do what's right. It'll help them to be better at whatever that is. I had a horse one time. His name was Samson. Samson was huge. He was big enough to carry my 6'10" body all day long, and so that wasn't a problem as far as him to carry me. He would yawn carry me all day. But he was lazy, and he didn't like to run. But I like to run. And so when I would try to make that horse run, he would fight me on that, and I'd have to kick him, and it just wore me out just trying to get the horse to run. So one day I went out, I saddled him up, and I thought, I'm going to try something. I walked into my tack shed, and I pulled out a set of these spurs. And I put them on my boots, and I walked out, and he heard me cha-ching, cha-ching as I came out, and you could just tell. He looked over at me, and he looked down at those spurs, and I could see him thinking, whoa, he's got the spurs on. And I went over, stepped into the saddle. That became the best riding horse you ever saw. It was amazing to see the difference in how he responded. Why is that? Because spurs help a horse do what they were created to do, to respond the way they were supposed to behave and what they're supposed to do for the master. And you know, it's interesting. If you use spurs correctly, they don't have to hurt the horse. They can hurt the horse if they need it. You can gouge one pretty good if you need to, and sometimes horses do need that. But for the most part, you don't have to get after them too much. They just need to know that you are capable of doing that, and that makes them that much better. You know, that's exactly what Hebrews 10:24 was talking about when it says for us, let us spur one another on towards love and good deeds. And that's what I want to encourage us with today. We have an opportunity to spur each other on to be better in the middle of a really tough situation. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear and anxiety going on right now. But we have a chance to be able to contact people, even if it's done by a phone, on Facebook, social media, and just say, hey, I want you to know I'm praying for you. Hey, hang in there. Come on, we can do this together. And we can spur each other on towards those love and good deeds. Now, if spurs are used correctly, we can be pretty much just completely encouraging. And that's what it tells us in Ephesians 4:29. Ephesians 4:29 says, let no unwholesome word come out of your mouth, but only such a word as is good for edification or to build other people up, according to the need of the moment, that it may give grace to those who hear. There's another verse I like as well from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 24, and it says in that verse that an encouraging or gracious word is like honey. It is kind to the soul and brings health to the body. Well, that makes sense. We want to give things that are going to help people, that's going to make their soul feel better, especially at a time of uncertainty like this. We can be kind to their soul, and we can give health to the body, where right now people are really fearing over this health issue with all this going on. So, you know, maybe for some of you right now, you're caught up in a lot of this uncertainty or fear or confusion, and you're wondering, I don't even know where I stand in all of this. You know, for some of you, if you're not even sure if you even have that relationship with God that you can go to Him, I want you to know that I'm going to be posting another video that tells people exactly how it walks you through how you can give your life to Jesus. It walks you through knowing for sure that you have that relationship with the God of this universe who loves you and wants you to have relationship with Him. That's amazing that we can have that, but some people don't know how to even go about that. So if you are not sure yourself, or maybe you know somebody that they're not sure and you'd like to give them a chance to hear how they can give their life to Jesus, we're going to be posting that as well. And we would love for that to get out to as many people as possible. While we can't go out and speak in person, we can sure get it out this way. And God doesn't make any mistakes, so He's doing good things even in the middle of all of this coronavirus and everything else that's going on. Now, I'm going to ask you, what do you say? You ready to strap the spurs on? Spurring one another on towards love and good deeds. Oh, we have such an opportunity to do something good for others. Let's get spurring.